Welcome back to AM Northwest. It's a new memoir exploring generational trauma caused by abuse and neglect. It also delves into the complex dynamics of revenge suicide. Despite those heavy topics, it's also a story of resilience, transformation, and hope. Here to share her memoir, Nightbird, we welcome author Shavaun Scott. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
The book is incredible. Your life story is just amazing. I'm not sure how you did it, like how you pulled yourself out, but you did. Let's start with, why did you decide to write a memoir?
You know, I moved to Portland 8 years ago, and I didn't know anyone here. And one of my friends suggested, oh, there's a writing group over at Multnomah Arts Center. And I'd written other books, but they were always on clinical topics because I'm a therapist. And I started taking a memoir class and made wonderful friends, developed a community. And 8 years later, a publisher contacted me through Facebook, of all things, and said, you're such an interesting person, would you consider writing a memoir? And I said, well, I've got like 8 years of writing. So I just pulled it together, edited it, and just within a few weeks we had a book.
Let's get right into it. You start out your memoir talking about your husband's suicide.
Yes.
Revenge suicide.
Yes.
He was wanting to make you feel bad. He wanted to get a divorce. He didn't want it. Let's set the scene. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, he had a person, he had rage problems, and so this had been throughout the 17-year-long relationship. And so my ability to see it clearly evolved over time, and eventually I was done. And that
you didn't see the red, when you were dating, you didn't see the red flags.
I did not see it.
Yeah,
which just shows you can have an education in psychology and still be incredibly blind to things in your personal life. And we can all have very deep attachments to people who hurt us. We call it love, but it's actually a trauma bond, which is a whole topic.
You talk about your childhood. It was filled with trauma.
Yes. And so I think I suffered well. I could tolerate a lot. And so I made excuses for him and didn't see it as abuse. And the day that I think he knew I was done, it was after another anger outburst. And I was just very calm and very clear, and I am done. I don't want anything bad for you, but I do not want to be your wife. And I came home from work that night and found this staged, a spotlight on the body. The house was dark.
Very theatrical
It was
suicide.
very theatrical, and that's what my friends said. What did you expect? He was always theatrical. He was a very manipulative man who could be incredibly charming. And that's one of the things about abusive relationships. You can be seduced very easily by a charming person. And when it's good, it can be really good because they know how to make you feel good. But then they also know how to use you as you know, the punching bag at times.
You really just fell down. I mean, you just were incapacitated by his suicide. You didn't know what to do. Luckily, your kids came to your aid. And you had good friends who were also therapists who came to your aid.
Amazing friends, amazing friends. And I really think more than anything, that's what pulled me out of that dark place, was those heart-to-heart connections with people who were there for me all the time. But it took some months.
Well, even your friends who were therapists had a really challenging time with you.
Yes, they took me into their home.
I didn't mean to make it sound, you know, like, but yeah, they had a tough time with you.
Yeah, they basically created a little residential treatment program for me. Husband and wife, both psychologists, an older couple, and they basically...
You were so thin, you weren't eating.
Lost 15 pounds in the first month, and I felt so responsible because I'm always a person who tends to take responsibility for things and to feel like it's my job to nurture other people and help people heal. And so when he did this, the first thought I had, which of course was his intent, was because I said I wanted a divorce, I killed him. Which is a distortion in thinking. You know, he made that choice. But at the time, it hit me so hard and just altered my reality.
And when we talk about generational trauma, you as a child, your mother blamed you for everything.
Yes.
So if someone
Yes.
did something to you, then it was your fault that you
My
didn't
fault.
do your fault.
Yes, yes.
And you saw that. You finally saw that in looking back.
Yeah, I was able to eventually, I did get a wonderful therapist who really understood this kind of suicide, and he did help me connect the dots. And I think that's one of the points of the book is, how did I get into that relationship?
Right.
Why did I stay in that relationship? And how did my childhood contribute to the blind spots I had?
Yeah. You seem to be doing really well now. You mentioned you now live in the Portland area.
Yeah.
You also say you have a gentleman in your
Yes.
life who's
Yes.
very supportive of you.
Yes.
So obviously there he is right there.
Yeah.
Can you see him?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I love it. I love the pictures that you have with him. Also, you have a wonderful life filled with animals.
Oh, I love my animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're so good for the soul. So
Right?
yes, a dog and 3 cats, and they are like our family members.
So is your advice to others, seek help when you're going through something like this?
Always seek
Yeah.
help and be honest.
Yeah.
And one of the things I hope that the book accomplishes, is to let people know that anyone can fall into a situation
Right.
like this, and don't hide it. Let people know.
Yeah.
Because I think for so long I had a sense of shame about it, and I didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's so healing to just be honest.
Absolutely. You have a book event. It's on Monday night at 7 p.m. at Annie Bloom's on Cedar Hills Highway. We're going to put all that information for you on our website at KATU.com. Nightbird by Shavaun Scott. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest.